Alright, here we go. Elden Ring, the ultimate guide. 2 years in the making. Now the pacing of this is going to be lightning fast, so just please try and follow along as best as you can. However, if this is the first time you've watched any of our guides, I recommend you watch the video linked in the description. Now, I'm Gamer Games, my co-host is Twin Profanity, and he is going to be telling us why we are picking the Samurai class.
So we're picking the Samurai class because it gives you access to early game bleed, as well as a bow and arrow, a tool that will be useful throughout the entirety of the playthrough. Now, the Fanged Imp Ashes we are taking instead of the Golden Seed and the Stone Sword Keys, because you get a surplus of both throughout the playthrough, meaning that by the end of the guide, they become irrelevant. The Fanged Imps you don't acquire until significantly later in the game than you can any of the other rewards, and they give you further access to early game bleed, making the early game bosses trivial.
Yeah, absolutely. Easily the best summon that you can get in the game up until the Mimic tier, or overall for general use. Now, here we are at the first quote-unquote boss of the game. This is a classic Souls-like boss where it's considered to be a sort of, you're supposed to lose to it. Now, if you do beat it, and the Samurai class is actually quite good at that, because it does do bleed damage, you get the what from it again?
You get the ornamental straight swords and I think the Beast Crest shield. Really the only reason we're going through this, and you'll see this after we beat the quote-unquote boss of this area, is following this you get access to the strength gesture, which you would otherwise miss if you chose to skip the tutorial cave. If it's not your first time playing the game and you're just using this guide as a refresher, or you're just watching it for the entertainment value, you can just skip this cave. It's not mandatory, you don't get anything especially valuable from it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. But as this guide rather is going to be covering everything, we do pick up every item other than like a few consumable crafted items rather, and which are pretty much irrelevant. So the strength gesture is indeed like a key item, so we're going to be picking it up. So this is the first boss of the game. Intensely easy. You can just use this to get accustomed to yourself and try to like fish for backstabs and things like that, but as you can see, it's just a normal guy with basically a health bar on the bottom of the screen, so it's not exactly rocket science at this part of the game. So I think you'll be fine. If you're having problems with this part of the game, probably go play a different game, to be quite honest. But moving on,